What's good, YouTube? This is Zach here with another workout commentary. I am recording this on Sunday, August 7th. I did this workout yesterday, August 6th, in the morning, right as the gym opened at 7 a.m. So I will walk you guys through my arm workout. First half of the video is bicep movements, and second half of the video will be tricep movements. So I'm going to actually just talk about a couple coaching tips and things I think about doing these exercises, so hopefully you guys can glean something from each one of these movements. First, I started off with the machine preacher curl. I really try to make sure to get full extension of my elbow, a hard contraction at the top of my bicep. This helps work on the short head of the bicep, so this exercise can help give you more peak in your bicep. Make sure your shoulders are staying down throughout the movement. That's the cool thing about this exercise is it takes the shoulder out of it. So I recommend keeping the reps pretty high, 15 to 20 reps, so you can really fatigue the bicep and prevent the shoulder from rolling forward and trying to assist you. After the preacher curl, I moved on to an easy bar curl. I like the easy bar because it's easier on your wrist. So you're not as supinated, so palms up towards the ceiling, which helps take pressure off your wrist while still giving good bicep activation. See here I'm using the wider grip, which is about shoulder width. You can also go inside as well, and you guys will see that later in this video. I do another exercise with both that wider grip and a closer grip. Next, I moved on to rope hammer curls. I really like the rope because you can spread the rope out a little bit. It's also awesome because to get better bicep activation, all it takes usually is just squeezing a handle, a bar, a rope, anything harder. So your bicep will activate more the more you grip whatever you're holding on to. So think about that next time you're working arms. Really try to squeeze the shit out of the bar or the handle you're working with. After these rope hammer curls, I went ahead, and it should pop up here in a second, moved on to seated hammer curls with dumbbells. I like doing this exercise one arm at a time so you can really rush a lot of blood into the muscle. When you do it side to side, the bicep actually has a chance to recover, so I like to do this one seated to take some momentum out of it, and also one arm at a time to really get a good pump. So I went ahead and did, I want to say 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps. See here, it's a 25-pound dumbbell. I've noticed good improvement in my arms while keeping the weights lighter. Sounds weird, I know, but try to lighten up the loads on your arms and really focus on squeezing the muscle and getting a good connection with the muscle. Plus, the lighter you go, the more sets and reps you can do, the more familiar you can get with how you can best contract your biceps, or as you'll see later, your triceps. So that was yet another movement with a hammer grip to hit more of the brachialis and the brachioradialis to give you thickness of your arms. So make sure you're including not just regular curls but also hammer curls in your workout. Next, I moved on to a cable curl. So once again, with cables, there's constant tension, so you never lose tension on the way down. The strength curve is consistent. That's why I really enjoy using the cables. I went with a wider grip at first, so this is about shoulder width. You can see once again, this is the easy curl bar. This is just the cable attachment instead of the bar we saw earlier. So I go wide at first, which is going to hit more of the inside of the bicep. Now I'm going narrow. This hits more of the outside of the bicep. So varying your grip widths will really help you build more arm size and thickness. So next time you're in the gym, give this thing a shot. Go wide first for 8 to 10, and then narrow for 8 to 10. You can see it's a little hard to keep your elbows back. I was tired, but also your grip, your elbows are in so close, it's actually hard to get your elbows back to your sides. So after that, I moved on to a cable, sort of like a cable incline curl. You can see my elbows just past my body at the bottom. Huge stretch. So this helps hit the long head of the bicep. You have your long head and your short head, and you need to work both in order to get full arm development and bicep development specifically. So go light on this. You can see I'm trying to keep my shoulder back as I do this. Go really light, get a full stretch. You will get a pump like you wouldn't believe on this exercise. So Next time you're in the gym, just set it at the lowest setting and go super light. I think I was doing 12.5 pounds right there. Next, giving some love to my forearm extensors. So you can see it's a reverse curl, so my palms are facing down. I use the easy curl bar here. I really try to focus on keeping my wrists cocked up towards the sky. That'll help emphasize the forearm extensors. After that, I did do some cable work as well. The easy bar, when you get tired, gets a little out of control, and I really noticed that my elbows want to swing forward, so I moved back to the cable curls here. Once again, palms are facing down, really trying to keep my wrists cocked. There we go. After that, I moved on to some forearm flexor work. So right here, just have a regular old barbell. You can see it rolls down into my fingers, helps stretch out the forearm, and then you roll up, and then you can see it flex my wrist at the top for a nice squeeze. You don't have to go very heavy on this, so try it light and try to up the reps, 15 to 20 reps, multiple sets, 3 to 4 sets, only rest 30 seconds. So this was the last thing I did for biceps. First exercise we're going to do for triceps is a close grip bench. I actually did the decline because both benches were being used, the flat benches were, so I did decline. So you can see here I did a slight pause on my chest today, just because I didn't feel like going super heavy, but did want to make sure that it was challenging enough. So I did 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps, short rest periods, maybe 45 seconds to a minute. See there, just a slight pause and a press, about a 1 count, 1/1000 press. And you can see I had plenty left in the tank, but like I said, I just wanted to get it started, get some activation, but I didn't want to burn my triceps out. So after that, I moved on to an incline skull crusher. So you set the bench up, maybe 2 or 3 clicks, lean back against the bench, and you actually need to crawl your way up so your butt is against sort of like the middle of the back of the bench rather than down in the crease. And that gives you more range of motion. You can see my elbows drop behind my head. I get a huge stretch, and then I'm pressing back up. Now, a lot of people will tell you to keep your elbows tucked, but for me and for a lot of people, it's just you don't have the shoulder flexibility to do that, and I still get a really, really good contraction of my triceps. So give that one a shot if you're getting bored of flat skull crushers. Next, I moved on to a standing overhead tricep extension. Once again, easy curl bar. And I actually have a close grip here. So big things you want to pay attention to: stand nice and tall. So chest got to be nice and tall. You want to come all the way down. So you want to get a big stretch in your triceps, almost to the back of your neck. And then you can see my elbows are flared out, but I love that exercise. You get a really big stretch, a really big contraction. Love, love, love that exercise. So make sure you're doing some overhead tricep work. That will hit the long head, which is the biggest head of your triceps. After that, I went ahead and did some overhead rope extensions. So slightly different angle from everything else we've been doing. Once again, though, this is really going to emphasize the long head. You can also see the lateral head working as well right there. I like this one a lot for the rope because you can take the rope, you push it, and then you spread it apart. And then as you get tired, just go ahead and press the rope handles together and keep going. So I think I did 10 spreading the rope, and then I did 10 with the handles together. After that, went to the tried and true tricep push downs. I went nice and light. It's a theme of the day because I did so many different exercises. I wanted to go light, and I really wanted to make sure I didn't compromise my form. So once again, you can see my elbows are tucked into my sides. They're not drifting forward. I'm using a V-bar handle here, pushing all the way down until I get a nice squeeze at the bottom. So make sure you're fully extending your elbow as best you can. You can see hitting the long head, so the back side of the tricep there. I did go a little bit heavier right before this, so going lighter helped me really stay strict with my form. After that, I flip my grip around, so now my palms are facing away. And same thing though, elbows are staying tucked, so make sure your elbows are always staying tucked. I'm standing nice and tall, so sometimes you'll see, and maybe you guys have even experienced this, you'll push your butt back and lean forward slightly as the weight gets heavier. Usually means it's too heavy, so try some sets like this where you're much more strict with your form, standing nice and tall. So just a big squeeze at the bottom, and really take your time. Slow on the way up, nice stretch, and then press on the way down and squeeze at the bottom. After that, I went to a one arm overhead dumbbell extension. I like to do one arm at a time just to iron out any sort of muscular or strength imbalances. So I typically start on my right side, which is my non-dominant arm. So for any of you guys out there that feel like you have one side that is much weaker or much smaller than the other, start with the side that is weaker or smaller. Get as many reps as you can, and then go to your dominant side and just match reps. You see, I was doing something stupid with my hand. I don't know why it was in my face like that. Did a little bit better on this side. I actually just put my right hand across my chest, which is what most people do. Just to, once again, you want to stay nice and tall. So keep your chest up, plant your back all the way against the bench, and make sure you're not leaning forward as you do this, because you really want to make sure your elbow is staying right over your shoulder so you get a big stretch through your tricep. And then after that, last thing I did individual arm tricep push downs. I actually just take the handle off. You can see I'm just holding on. There's a little ball right at the end there where the clip is. I just hold on to that. It's really, really nice. Working on building more tricep, especially my right side. My right side's a little underdeveloped, especially the lateral head. So, like I said before, if you have imbalances, size imbalances or strength imbalances, do one arm at a time. Do it after you do your 2-arm exercises. Do one arm at a time. Really take your time. Make sure you do your non-dominant side first, and then after that, do your dominant side. So I finish off here, just sets of 15. You can see it's only two little stacks there. Super light, but that's not the point. I'm trying to contract the muscle. The more you do these sorts of things, the easier it's going to be to contract those muscles at all times. So if you did make it to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. If you're enjoying the channel, please subscribe, like the videos, comment on the videos as well. I want to help you guys out. If you guys have any suggestions about what I can do better, that would be much appreciated. So until next time, I am out. Hope you guys enjoy this next week. I do have a leg video going up as well, and I may post a foam rolling video as well. So until next time, take care, guys.